Hello everybody, welcome to this special presentation. Today we have the honor to host the president of ICTV Brands, Mr. Rich Ransom. If you take a look at this company here, technically speaking, the company is by around 76 cents. It's a company that has really ambitious goals. So Mr. Ransom is there with us to tell us why his company, ICTV Brands, should represent your next investment. So Mr. Ransom, thank you for coming by.
Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. So let's start first of all. Tell us exactly what do you do?
Yeah, ICTV Brands is a platform to market and distribute consumer products. We focus primarily in the beauty and wellness sector. And what we do is we license product that people have invented or have a concept for that possibly patented. And then we go and build a brand around it. And we use platforms like infomercials, web marketing, live television, home shopping, distribution through third parties all around the world to build brands and market product.
Excellent. One of your product that you mentioned in your corporate presentation is called Derma Vittel, and you said it will allow you to generate recurring revenues. Can you detail us how does this model works?
Sure. So I came to ICTV in 2008, and the product that has really launched our growth is a product called Derma Wand. Derma Wand sells for about 120 US, and we make it for around, the whole kit cost about $15 to sell, so a little bit more than a 10-to-1 margin. Even with that though, in that time, 2008, 2009, we weren't able to be profitable selling even with those margins. What we decided to do was build a brand around the Derma Wand, which is a electrical cosmetic device that helps to reduce the signs of visible aging. And we said, but the problem was you could only sell a Derma Wand one time. How do we build something around the Derma Wand that keeps us engaged with our customer and continues the lifetime value increase with that customer? We've spent so much money to acquire them, we wanted to keep selling. So we built Derma Vittel, and what that does is it's a formulation of moisturizers and eye cream, and there's about 13 different products in the brand, and we give them a opportunity to try the products with Derma Wand for free, and then when they call or go to the website, we offer them the opportunity to enroll in an auto shipment program. So every month or every quarter, they'll get a new supply of Derma Vittel. Okay,
I got it. One thing that struck me when I was looking at your corporate presentation is how fast in the last 6 months you guys have launched several products. I was like, man, this company is really aggressive. So far with all those recent launches that you guys have made in the last 6 months, how has been your sales target? Have they been in line with your estimates or below? How do you see them?
Yeah, I see them in line. With anything we launch, there is always a learning process, right? So Derma Wand, as we talked about earlier, in 2008, we had to learn how do we really get this to work and be profitable. The selling itself is not particularly hard. It's selling it and putting money into the bottom line. So we're learning a lot about the products. The sales are going well and continue to improve each passing week.
Try to detail us that when you say put money in the bottom line. Can you detail us what you mean by that exactly? What's in terms of challenge that you face?
Yeah. I mean, the challenge for us is that there's, even though we're not out doing research and development, there is a lot of cost associated with launching a brand. So we have to do creative, whether that's a commercial, 2-minute commercial, or 30-minute commercial. We have to build websites. We have to invest in tooling in China or wherever if that's what we're building. So there's all this cost, and then you're not necessarily sure you're going to hit the mark with the messaging the first time out. So then you have to go back and tweak and edit. So it's a lot of cost before you really get the marketing right. And then once it's right, like we said, figuring out how to continue to maximize that customer acquisition and lifetime value.
Excellent. Now talking of your operating margins, because I know you guys have set ambitious goals to increase your operating margins, I think in 2016 to almost 9%. 2 questions. What are your current operating margins, and what steps have you taken to actually have an operating margin of 9% in about 2016?
Yeah. So 2013, we achieved around a 4% operating margin, and that was still with putting a lot of funds back into development of new products. One of the reasons we feel we can double that over the next couple of years is we've basically built our platform. We have our team in place. We only have 14 employees, and we did $41 million. To take another brand and put it into our platform, we wouldn't have to add that many more employees, maybe a brand manager or something, one or two. Our model is also set up where most of our costs are very variable and predictable. We use outside third-party warehouses. We have call centers that are not our employees, but these are bigger companies where as we sell more, drive more people to call or go to our website, ship more product, we have the capability to expand. And that's, again, just very predictable. So the fixed cost is really there. As we drive revenue, the margins will increase.
Okay. Now, concerning the distribution agreements, you have several of them. So what are the criteria that you use to determine if you're going to market a product or not? Because you just mentioned that sometimes, to get the marketing right, it takes time, sometimes of trial and error. So what are the criteria that you use to kind of minimize the risk of failure, I would say, if a product doesn't work as expected?
It's really two criteria. Okay. One is it has to have some sort of a unique aspect to it. So it's a very crowded space out there in direct-to-consumer. People are seeing all kinds of things thrown at them. You get emails every day, and it's just a lot of noise. The product has to have some sort of a niche, a hook, something we can use to market around. Second, as we talked earlier, the costs have to be right. So for us to acquire a customer, generally speaking, through television, costs anywhere between $75 to $100. So like we said, we have to either have some sort of repetitive revenue model, or there has to be enough margin and a high enough selling price to make that economically makes sense. Okay.
Now, concerning the line of credit of JP Morgan that you just secured at about $500,000, how will you use that money? Because I know part of your corporate presentation you said that in terms of marketing strategy, you were looking at to find endorsements from celebrities to try to boost your product. So are you going to focus your marketing effort on trying to find the celebrity to boost your product, or on increasing how your platform can be better adapted to generate more revenues?
Yeah. Well, in regards to JP Morgan, we're very happy to have that relationship. One of the things we did in addition to taking the line of credit is we moved our payment processing to them, and that's actually given us a great cost savings as well in terms of our credit card processing. We took the line of credit mainly because a wise person once told me, take money when you don't need it. And so it's money that's on the sideline. And as you said, we have these new initiatives. We're trying not only to build more brands and get more licenses, but try other distribution outlets to try to reduce that customer cost. So things like social media, marketing, celebrity endorsement, all of those things are things we're starting to invest money in. And as we see, really, when we need money and capital the most is when we have success. When we need to go out and buy more inventory, buy more media, and that's when we'll use the money from JP Morgan. Okay.
Now, can you tell us about the financial and strategic impact that the launch of the Demenware product in Latin America will have on your company?
Yeah, we're really excited about that that new initiative. So we are taking our Derma One, and as I mentioned, we have a network of relationships all around the world where we basically sub-license our products and all of our creative assets for particular territories to particular distributors. This is a little bit unique in South America in that it's a network of distributors that works on what's called the Latino Media Services. And this is programming that runs all through Spanish, Latin, and South America. So we believe, one, because Derma One has never been heavily marketed in that region, we think this could have a really big impact. And one of the reasons we feel that is we've had great success in Mexico over the last year. Since October of 2013, we've sold over 250,000 units just of the Derma One into the Mexican market. So we know that culture has responded well to Derma One. We think it will continue through South America.
Okay, excellent. So is South America going to be a big part of your strategy? Because there people are take a lot of care of the beauty, especially the women there. So is this will it be a big part of your growth strategy, or are you going to focus a lot on more North America, trying to expand your market share there, especially with the stiff competition that you have with big players like Nautilus or NutriSystem?
Well, I think it's a huge part of our strategy, both in South America and all around the globe. We're about to launch in Japan in early 2015. We're going into the United Kingdom, and what I think it does for us is, as we build this distribution channel bigger around the world, it gets us more credibility with people who have products but don't have the distribution channel. So I think we're starting to see better opportunities come our way for licensing. Obviously, it helps our margins to have more sales around the world. And yeah, it's definitely, I don't think one's more important than the other. We'll continue to build in the United States and Canada as well, but definitely going to focus on international expansion.
One thing I want to mention, because by looking at what you're telling me, I see your company is really aggressive and try to actually expand revenues. But one thing that can make sometimes investors fearful is that a company is so aggressive in increasing the revenues, but how can they sustain that growth? You know, because in the next few years, maybe things might change, a black swan event might happen, and boom, you guys can't maintain that growth. So how would you reassure investors that you guys are disciplined enough to make sure that every step you're taking to increase revenues are actually in line with a bigger strategy?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a great point. One of the things that I love about this business is we can try a lot of things and it doesn't cost us a lot of money to try them.
Okay.
Perfect example, we have a product called Jadoo, and we've actually been marketing it in Canada since September.
Okay.
The product came to us via another company who had, as we talked about, tried to market but couldn't get the cost to work. They were selling the product but couldn't make money. With what we had learned with Derma One, we've taken it, we've built a bit of a continuity skincare program around this device, which is a facial massager. And so for very little cost, they already had shot a commercial. We took it. We took their product. They already had inventory built, and we launched it. And now we're seeing $20,000 to $25,000 a week in revenue coming out of Jadoo profitably. So it's, for an investor, I think the thing I can say to them is yeah, we're going to try a lot of things. We're going to take some chances, calculated, but we will always have the thought in mind that we will not put all our eggs in one basket, and we'll have the money to do that, and because we have a base business with Derma and Derma Vittel that carries us through.
Okay. Now, what do you think with big players like Nautilus, NutriSystem? What do you think that makes your company stand out compared to them?
Yeah, I think for us, we have the ability to, because we're small and entrepreneurial, to move a lot faster. And as people that have product or ideas come and talk to us versus them, they see, you know, if we're engaged and interested, we act very quickly, and we have a proven track record. We can show them what we've done with Derma One and continue. They're great companies, and I have nothing bad to say about them, but I think we are a little unique and different in that sense.
Excellent. Now for 2015, what are going to be the big projects you're going to be working on? Is it going to be more launch of products, or are you going to look at how you can make money out of the several projects you launched in the last 6 months? What's going to be the plans?
Yeah, it's really continuing to develop the products that we've already started, continuing to expand our relationships around the globe. We did just start taking our flagship product, Derma One, into retail in the United States. How is that going to be a trend that's you're going to continue for the? Yeah, we find that because of the brand, once we've gotten the brand built to this level, there's still an element of people who don't like to buy things without touching them.
Definitely.
So it's a different customer, and we want to have it's just about getting the products available to as many people as possible. So we're going to continue to try to build partnerships with retailers. That's a big part of our strategy for 2015.
Excellent. So, Mr. Ransom, you have a lot on your plate to work on in 2015. I hope you have the courage to do so. Definitely, we look forward to you to come back and give us a follow-up interview on what's going on in 2015.
I can't wait. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.